Right now on Jamaica News Page tonight, a violent day in Jamaica. Police probing a brazen daylight shooting and attempted robbery in St. Andrew. A Chinese businesswoman and her security guard wounded tonight. Plus, a domestic dispute turns deadly in St. Mary. A businesswoman accused of shooting her partner in the neck faces charges tonight. And say goodbye to Santa Claus and hello, Chris Claus. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton is setting social media abuzz with a festive new holiday look. We'll unmask his look a little later tonight. We want to welcome you to Jamaica News Page tonight, news powered by viewers like you. Please click subscribe and tap the notification bell to stay connected. Thank you for subscribing and connecting. Jamaica News Page tonight starts right now. Developing tonight, a Chinese businesswoman and a Hawkeye security officer are recovering tonight after a violent home invasion on Haining Road in St. Andrew this morning. Reports are that around 9 a.m., moments after the woman entered her home, three armed men forced their way inside, assaulted her, and demanded money. The intruders reportedly struck the woman in the head with a firearm before ransacking the premises. A Hawkeye security team responding to a distress alert came under heavy gunfire as they arrived. Officers returned fire, triggering a shootout between the gunmen who fled in different directions, two on foot and another in the businesswoman's Toyota Hiace, which he later crashed into a utility pole along Oxford Road, as you can see here, before escaping. The injured Hawkeye officer grazed in the leg was taken to hospital. The businesswoman, who suffered a head wound from being struck, was also treated. Police say robbery appears to be the primary motive, though it's still unclear whether any valuables aside from the stolen vehicle were taken. The investigation continues. New tonight, a St. Mary businesswoman is facing serious criminal charges after a domestic dispute with her partner erupted into a shooting in broad daylight. 54-year-old Monica Reed of Claremont Avenue in Belfield, St. Mary, has been charged with wounding with intent following the October 24, 2023 incident. According to the Port Maria police, around 11:58 a.m., Reed and her partner were involved in a heated altercation when she allegedly pulled her licensed firearm and shot him in the neck. The injured man was rushed to hospital, treated, and later released. A formal report was made to the police, triggering an investigation. Following the probe, Reed was arrested and charged. A court date is now being finalized. A 14-year-old boy has been charged with housebreaking and larceny following a break-in at a home in Greater Portmore, St. Catherine. According to the Portmore police, a woman securely locked her home before leaving for work. During her absence, the teen and several accomplices allegedly climbed onto the roof, pried open a kitchen window, and entered the house, stealing assorted liquor and a cell phone valued at roughly $100,000. The incident was later reported to the police, and CCTV footage from the property reportedly identified the child as one of the perpetrators. On Tuesday, December 2, the boy was handed over to police by his guardian. He was subsequently charged following a question and answer session held in the presence of his attorney. A court date is being finalized. This latest incident comes amid troubling crime trends in the division. Officials say break-ins have surged by 67% in St. Catherine South. The number of people killed by the security forces since the start of the year has climbed to 282, according to new data from the Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom. This represents 113 more fatalities than the 169 reported up to December 1 last year, a 67% increase in fatal police shootings when compared to the corresponding period in 2024. Indicom says that over the 12-month span between December 2024 and November 2025, 20 or more people were killed each month during police-related incidents. The oversight body is now probing two fatal police shootings that occurred on Monday. In one case, 21-year-old Jadane Sizzler James was shot dead during what police describe as a confrontation in Salt Spring, St. James. Officers say they were executing a warrant when a man armed with a firearm pointed it at them. James was shot and later pronounced dead. In the second incident, a man known only by the alias Dodd or Dada was killed during a reported confrontation with police at Scotts Hall District in Castleton, St. Mary. Police say a firearm was recovered in both cases. Intercom notes that no body-worn cameras were reported as being used by any of the officers involved. Meanwhile, in Salt Spring, St. James, tension continues to run high. The community has been rocked by a double murder followed by another shooting shortly after, all while residents remain burdened by the hardships brought on by Hurricane Melissa. Following Monday's fatal police encounter, security forces have imposed a 48-hour curfew in sections of Salt Spring, St. James as they move to contain an upsurge in gang violence. Police sources say the flare up is linked to ongoing gang conflicts and that teams have been conducting targeted operations to stabilize the area. The curfew began Tuesday, December 2 at 6 p.m. and will remain in effect until Thursday, December 4 at 6 p.m. as authorities work to restore calm and suppress the ongoing violence. A Kingston woman has been given just 1 week to repay money owed to a rental scam victim or be sent back to jail. Charged with obtaining money under false pretenses is Sashana Lawson, who appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday. Prosecutors say Lawson was involved in a rental scam in which she used the false name Stacia Nunes to show a fake property listing. The victim later handed over money to Lawson's employer, though the court did not disclose the amount. Lawson was previously released on humanitarian grounds to gather the full sum for restitution, but returned to court with only a small portion. Senior Parish Court Judge Sanchia Burrell considered revoking her bail immediately, but paused after learning the woman had brought her young baby to court. The Child Care and Protection Act prohibits children, except infants in arms, from being present unless absolutely necessary. Judge Burrell issued a stern warning saying, quote, "You have until next week to bring the money and do not return with the baby unless you're coming with the money," end quote. Lawson is expected back in court on December 9. The Juici Patties franchise is ramping up its international footprint, announcing that 4 new US locations will open in less than a month as part of what the company calls its next phase of rapid expansion. The new restaurants will be located in Pompano Beach, Florida, West Orlando, Florida, Church Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Managing Director of Juici Patties USA, Stuart Levy, says the accelerated rollout reflects the strong systems and discipline the team has built over the past 2 years. According to Levy, Juici Patties USA is now at a stage where it can sustainably open a new location approximately every 8 days, not just this month, but for many months ahead. The update follows the opening of the company's flagship US store in March 2024, along with several additional locations rolled out since then. Juicy also revealed that its next wave of expansion is already in development, with new stores expected in 2026 across Georgia, Texas, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. The aggressive multi-state pipeline positions Juici Patties as one of the fastest scaling Caribbean food brands in the United States. Agriculture Minister Floyd Green is reassuring Jamaicans that there will be enough food for the Christmas season.
Will we have food for Christmas? The answer is yes. So already we have started activating, tapping into external sources to ensure that we have sufficiency of supply. How the ministry does this is through our analysis of our demand patterns through the year. We have a fairly good idea of some of the areas and how much we consume, and then we look at our production patterns, and where there's a shortfall, then we see if we can tap into external sources to fill that shortfall. We will not do more than is necessary. I want my farmers not to worry. There will be space for your products. Once you bring them to market, there will be space for that. But already, we're looking to tap into external support for our vegetable lines and our table eggs. I think we all appreciate that there were challenges with table eggs prior to Hurricane Melissa. Those challenges have been made worse by Hurricane Melissa. And now we're in discussions with the Ministry of Finance about the appropriate relief that is needed to ensure that these items can land here at a reasonable price so that our consumers will have access to fresh fruits and vegetables and will have access to eggs for the Christmas period. We also have been working with our Pray Their Larceny unit. So, challenging time that you have to manage carefully because, again, a number of our farmers, their animals have suffered displacement, and it is normally a prime time for criminals to try and capitalize on that opportunity by literally reaping what they have nothing to do with. You have seen in the news that our agricultural protection branch is really reaping great dividends. I think almost every week now we've heard of an interception where they have intercepted cars with goats. Unfortunately, one of those interceptions, when they did all the checks, one of the persons who was in that motor vehicle was a police officer, but it just shows that our agricultural protection branch is working, and they will continue to see how they can provide that level of protection during the Christmas years, because this is the time that we normally see an uptick in these Pray Their Larceny crimes.
And finally tonight, Minister of Health Dr. Christopher Tufton is getting into the Christmas spirit, AI style. Take a look. The minister shared a festive AI-generated image of himself on social media, jokingly asking Jamaicans to enjoy his holiday look. Well, in his message, Dr. Tufton noted that while several parishes are still recovering from Hurricane Melissa and the season may feel different for many families, Christmas remains a time to reflect, reconnect, and appreciate the good in each other. He added, quote, "I hope this season brings you the love, peace, and comfort you deserve. Wishing you good health and a meaningful December." Meanwhile, some social media users are in on the fun, calling the minister names like Chris Claus, Chris Kringle, and just so many more. You definitely have to go to his Instagram page to take a look and see some of those names. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments. And that's the news on Jamaica News Page tonight, powered by viewers like you. Please click subscribe and tap the notification bell to stay connected. Thank you for connecting and watching. We'll see you in the comments, and be sure to join us again for more news. Good night.